a couple things about Tuesday's races. First, New York Times reports that the Democratic Senate gubernatorial candidates, Cheryl and Spanberger, are going to host a joint online event. I don't know. Is this to raise money or
Well,
just
that's
No,
what I
it's
was
it's
thinking.
energize? Kind of a get out the vote event. This is tomorrow. They will appear together, hoping to generate Democratic campaign volunteers and voters, says the New York Times. That's interesting. And then in the New York City mayor's race, I'll just say this. The reason everybody says the race is over is because of polls. No one who's saying the race is over has access to private, turn out the vote data or early, there's not enough early vote yet. Like it's all based on and the betting markets, which are based on the polls. That's it. So if you assume that polls can be wrong, you shouldn't be saying the race is over necessarily. And stuff continues to happen. Yesterday, Mondami got caught in a lie that got a fair amount of attention. And here's the wood of the New York Post. Uh, 113. 1 week to save New York. Every vote counts to stop socialist takeover. Cuomo cuts Mondami's lead. There's a new public poll that shows the lead down to 10. And then there's the story about him allegedly lying about his aunt, who wasn't his aunt. Let's quick from both of you on all three races. Dan already mentioned Democrats are worried about turnout. Sean, any thoughts you have on New Jersey and then Virginia?
I've kind of switched my priority. I mean, I look, one, I think Chinarelli's got a is surging a little in New Jersey. I think the Dems are concerned in Virginia. I feel like the last 8 days here are going to be critical in terms of turnout the vote. I think it's within striking distance. Miaris is pretty good shape, but it's going to be tough. It's all going to be about get out the vote. And I think I'm with you on this. What scares me is the record turnout. And the one thing that I'll tell you is that having been on the inside before, no one's talking. I mean, Mondami yesterday was talking a little bit more hesitantly about his turnout operation, saying we're gonna. It's just it didn't have that same. It didn't evoke the same
Yeah,
level of confidence, and that says to me as a guy like you're a little worried about what you're getting back on the data.
totally agree. Dan.
Yeah, again, I am watching to see what dials they might start turning in public because that would tell you that they sense they need to stoke the base, remind them of why this is
Yeah.
important. Do you start seeing more surrogates? Does he start doing more interviews here and not just with the positive? Does he try to start contrasting a little bit harder to
Well,
remind you?
and,
Sorry.
no, go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
just going to say, as best I can tell, he's not spent much on negative messaging on Cuomo, and there's
No.
plenty to message there. So that'll be a tell if they changed up their traffic today or tomorrow and start running negative on Cuomo.
The one thing that I've got, just to make sure everyone understands this, like the hardest part about a race like this is that you cannot model it, right? You have a
Correct.
Democrat,
Yeah.
a Republican, and then another Democrat. I mean, like you in a normal race, you could look at the data of the voter profile and say, okay, that's an independent, but they have a long history of voting Democrat. Okay, but right now, what does that mean? Does that mean you vote for Cuomo, or does that mean you vote for the? I mean, like this is not there. I don't think there's a model that
There,
anybody has.
absolutely,
It's so.
absolutely. A small and medium turnout benefits Mondami. Massive turnout, getting close to 2 million, benefits Cuomo. And the early numbers suggest we could be headed towards massive turnout. So, like I said, don't bet against Mondami if you're going to Ladbrokes, but don't declare the race over because of polls that, as Sean, Dan, and I have
I'm
all
getting a little
said.
concerned.
Yeah, be concerned.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and two-way tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.